Yeah, with the scrum heaving like that, he's absolutely right to tell them to get on with it. And here comes Foley, half breaking the first tackle and laying.
Here's the Wipers kick. Reed, beautiful from Reed, holds it up. Oh, that's magnificent! Richie McCaw in the corner.
Incredible try. Kieran Reid, how many times?
Is this your proudest moment?
Born in the nearby town of Oamaru on New Year's Eve 1980, he was the first All Black to reach 100 caps. He was the first rugby union player to win 100 tests. He was the most capped player in rugby union history with 148 caps, having overtaken Brian O'Driscoll's record in 2015 and losing the record to Alun Wyn Jones in 2020. In 1999, 10 years after his birth, at the age of just 19, McCaw joined the New Zealand under-19 team led by coach Mark Shaw, and they clinched the World Championship in Wales. That triumph sparked his All Blacks dream. The next year he was part of the New Zealand under-21 squad and made his debut for Canterbury in the National Provincial Championship against North Harbour. On March 31, 2001, McCaw took his first steps into Super Rugby with the Crusaders, playing a few minutes in a tough loss to the Hurricanes. That year he had only 2 brief appearances for the Crusaders, totalling just 8 minutes on the field, but McCaw's heart shone through as he played a full season with NPC champions Canterbury and led the New Zealand under-21s with pride and passion. Then came his international debut. McCaw made his international test debut against Ireland at Lansdowne Road on November 17, 2001. His first touch resulted in a knock-on after a hard tackle, and the All Blacks were down 16-7 at half-time. However, they staged a remarkable comeback to win 40-29, with McCaw named man of the match, earning a standing ovation at the post-match event. A pivotal moment came when McCaw stole the ball from Ireland, setting up a try for Jonah Lomu. Reflecting on the experience, McCaw said, "It was an incredible stadium, a true rugby venue, packed with fans. It's something I'll always cherish." He played in all 3 tests on that tour, with the All Blacks defeating Scotland 37-6 and Argentina 24-20. By the end of the season, he was honoured as both the New Zealand Rugby Football Union Under-21 Player of the Year and the Air New Zealand NPC Division 1 Player of the Year. The 2002-03 season was a good one for McCaw. He was voted as Newcomer of the Year by the International Rugby Players Association. This award is voted on by all international players, with players not allowed to vote for members of their own team. In 2003, McCaw was chosen as the open side flanker for the All Blacks World Cup squad. He played in every match of the tournament. New Zealand won all of their pool games and defeated South Africa in the quarter-finals, setting up a semi-final clash with Australia. In a surprising turn, the Australians knocked the All Blacks out of the tournament, but at least they'd won against their greatest opponent in the quarter-finals. Despite the disappointment, McCaw's outstanding performance earned him the prestigious Keltremain Trophy for the New Zealand Rugby Union Player of the Year. But then, not everything was smooth for McCaw. In April 2005, while captaining the Crusaders, he suffered a concussion just 2 minutes into a game after attempting a tackle on Bulls prop Richard Bands. Stretchered off the field, McCaw's injury made him question his future in rugby. It was as if everything was gone, and there seemed to be no hope at all. During his recovery, he visited a young boy in the hospital who'd broken his neck playing rugby. This encounter, along with meeting another patient who'd become paraplegic from a swimming accident, made McCaw realise that life's risks are everywhere. Inspired, he decided to continue doing what he loved. By May 2005, McCaw was back training with the Crusaders, leading them to victory in both the semi-final and final matches. The same year, he made a triumphant return to international rugby in 2005, starting with a stunning 91-0 victory over Fiji before the British and Irish Lions arrived. He played in the first 2 tests against the Lions, including a memorable 48-18 win in Wellington. The All Blacks dominated the series, defeating the Lions 3-0. McCaw was also a key part of the successful Tri-Nations campaign, where the All Blacks lost only 1 game in the Grand Slam tour, achieving victories against all 4 home nations. However, his journey wasn't without setbacks. He missed the game against England due to his 3rd serious head injury, suffered against Ireland. Despite these challenges, McCaw's outstanding performance earned him a nomination for the 2005 IRB International Player of the Year, an honour ultimately claimed by his teammate Dan Carter. The 2007 World Cup. In the 2007 World Cup quarter-finals, the All Blacks suffered a heartbreaking 18-20 loss to France, marking New Zealand's earliest exit from the tournament. Despite being favourites in the 1991, 99 and 2003 World Cups, they faced accusations of choking on the world's biggest stage once again. An emotional McCaw couldn't hide his disappointment at the post-match press conference. "If I knew the answers, we would have sorted it out. We will be thinking about it for a long time." He denied that New Zealand's smooth run into the quarterfinals contributed to the loss, emphasising, "A lot of the guys have been through this before. They've played big test matches." Criticism was also directed at coach Graham Henry's strategy of rotating the squad and resting key players during the Super 14. McCaw himself faced harsh scrutiny. He was accused of not inspiring his team, failing to adapt the game plan when it faltered, and lacking sufficient leadership on the field. A year later, in 2008, McCaw led the All Blacks to an extraordinary season. He won every test he captained and secured victories in 26 out of 28 games across all levels. The All Blacks clinched 13 out of a record 15 tests, retaining the Bledisloe Cup and Tri-Nations Trophy, completing the Grand Slam and reclaiming the world #1 ranking from South Africa. He capped off the year by debuting for the Barbarians against Australia at Twickenham, despite the team falling short in an 11-18 loss. The 2011 Rugby World Cup. In January 2011, during pre-season training, McCaw suffered a significant setback with a stress fracture in the 5th metatarsal of his right foot. An operation to insert a pin was his best hope for recovery, causing him to miss the first 2 months of the Super Rugby season. Amid this adversity, McCaw reached a historic milestone during the All Blacks' 3rd Rugby World Cup pool match against France, becoming the first All Black to earn 100 test caps. Yet, it was in this match that he re-aggravated his foot injury. To manage his condition, McCaw had to forego the more physical aspects of training and sit out the final pool match against Canada. Determined, he chose not to have another X-ray before the quarter-final against Argentina. The uncertainty of his ability to continue playing forced the coaching staff to make contingency plans, bringing Matt Todd into the All Black training squad. Despite the pain and risk, McCaw pushed through the tournament, ultimately lifting the Webb Ellis Trophy after a nail-biting 8-7 victory over France in the final, the lowest scoring final in World Cup history. After the match, All Blacks coach Graham Henry marvelled at McCaw's resilience, stating, "He can hardly walk, and how he played today I just don't know," and admitted that the team likely wouldn't have won without him. Post-World Cup X-rays revealed that the screw inserted in his foot had caused a second fracture, necessitating yet another operation. After the Rugby World Cup, McCaw was honoured by being selected for the RWC Dream Team, chosen by over 160,000 public votes. For the second consecutive year, he was also named the New Zealand Sportsperson of the Year at the Hallberg Awards. Fast forward 3 years to November 22, 2014, McCaw captained New Zealand for the 100th time in a match against Wales, becoming the first rugby union player to achieve 100 caps as a captain. Then, on August 15, 2015, McCaw made history by surpassing Ireland's Brian O'Driscoll to become the most capped rugby player in the world, earning his 142nd cap against Australia in the Bledisloe Cup. He held this record for 5 years until Welsh captain Alun Wyn Jones broke it in October 2020 with his 149th cap. On November 19, 2015, McCaw announced his retirement from rugby, ending an illustrious career. Although often a captain, he rarely led the haka, only doing so in 11 tests, and always opting for the traditional kamate version. Well, if you could ask Richie McCaw one question about his career, what would it be? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and stay inspired.